Hey everybody, welcome back to another video on my channel. So I figured I'd share my thoughts about Grand Theft Auto 6. Now, as you all know, Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be coming out soon. We don't know when, but the release date is coming. It's official. Rockstar announced they're going to make Grand Theft Auto 6. After it's been like 9 years since Grand Theft Auto 5, which came out in 2013, and that game is obviously a classic, probably the best one from the Grand Theft Auto series, in my opinion, at least. I personally like the fifth one the best, but that's just personally my own opinion. Don't judge me. You're entitled to your own opinion, just like I'm entitled to mine. But that's just my personal opinion. So, Grand Theft Auto 6. I figured I'd share my thoughts of what I hope will happen in the sixth game of the franchise. Well, not the sixth game, but it's called Grand Theft Auto 6. But anyways, I figured I'd share my thoughts of what should happen in Grand Theft Auto 6. So we all are familiar with the Grand Theft Auto series, Grand Theft Auto Liberty City stories, Grand Theft Auto Vice City stories, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto, Grand Theft Auto 3, GTA 3, GTA 4, GTA, and GTA 5. So Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming, and I'm not sure completely what's going to happen in Grand Theft Auto 6, but here's my personal thoughts on what could happen, speculation on what could happen, and what I'm hoping will happen. So yeah, these are just my personal thoughts. Just merely opinion and speculation. It's not confirmed facts, but it's just something I think could happen. So what I think could happen in Grand Theft Auto 6. Now, we know that Grand Theft Auto 4 took place in Liberty City in the HD universe. Grand Theft Auto 4 took place in Liberty City. Grand Theft Auto 5 took place in Los Santos. Grand Theft Auto 5 took place in Los Santos. It took place in San Andreas. Grand Theft Auto 5. Some areas of San Andreas anyway. So only the sixth game might take place in Vice City. Because out of all the games I played when I was a kid, when I was playing Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Vice City was my favorite one, without a doubt. It's not even a question. Vice City was my favorite. It was the easiest one in my opinion, the easiest one to beat, you know, and plus there was all these rewards you get after completing like vigilante missions. You get body armor. If you complete the pizza missions, you get more health. And if you get 100% completion, you get 400 lives in total. You get all this armor. You get extra security guards. You get all these weapons. You get this. There are so many things awards you can win in Grand Theft Auto Vice City. But in Grand Theft Auto 3, even if you complete 100% completion, you get nothing. You get no rewards if you complete 100%. If you get 100% completion, and even getting 100% completion in Grand Theft Auto 3 is very challenging, honestly, in my opinion. But the Vice City it's much more easier in my opinion. If I had to choose between the lesser of two evils, or choose not the lesser of two evils, but I'm saying choose what's more difficult, or which one I'd rather complete out of things that are difficult, I'd pick Grand Theft Auto Vice City over Grand Theft Auto 3, because the Vice City game is much easier to beat in my opinion, in my personal opinion, anyways. I mean, Tommy Vercetti was clearly my favorite GTA protagonist. Honestly, he was a reasonable boss. He treated his employees, and his partners in crime well. It's too bad they couldn't return the same favor, but it's up to the writers and the storylines and how they make the game. But Grand Theft Auto 6, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know who the characters are going to be. None of us do. But however, I'll hope that it might take place in Vice City. And the reason why I think it should take place in Vice City is because Grand Theft Auto 4 took place in Liberty City, Grand Theft Auto 5 took place in San Andreas and Los Santos. We haven't seen an HD game in Vice City yet. That's why I'm hoping that the sixth game will take place in Vice City. That way we can see Vice City, what it looks like in the HD universe. Maybe they'll add some familiar locations from the 3D games. Maybe in the HD game, maybe they'll add more locations. They'll make it bigger, make Vice City bigger, make Miami, Florida bigger, like add extra cities, extra towns, not cities, I should say towns, I should say neighborhoods to be specific. Neighborhoods, more streets, maybe more missions. Hopefully, anyway. It would be pretty cool to see that, honestly, see all that, honestly, and to, see if Tommy Vercetti might still be alive, even though it's two different universes. I'm interested to see if Tommy Vercetti is still alive or not, even though he's in a completely different universe. He doesn't exist in the HD universe, but I'm still interested to see if they'll cover that or not. I don't think they will, because it's completely different universes. And Ray Liotta, I don't think the voice actor for Tommy Vercetti, has no interest coming back to Rockstar. So I don't think he has any interest anyway. But I mean, it would be pretty cool to see that, honestly, if they do bring that up. Even though I don't think they will, because because Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to take place in the HD universe, and Vice City is a completely different universe. City is in the 3D universe, and the 6th game is in the HD universe. So I don't think they're going to mention Tommy at all, honestly. But if they do mention him, that would be pretty cool, honestly. And if they do bring Vice City into the 6th game of the franchise, then we're interested to see how they're going to handle it. Hopefully they'll add new characters. They'll maybe bring the maybe like and I don't know have some of the Spanish mafia that were in Vice City appear in the game. Maybe have the mafia from Liberty City come down to Vice City for a gang battle. That would be pretty cool. I'd like that, honestly. It's all I'm saying is just speculation in my opinion at this point. This is just merely my opinion, merely speculation. It's not a confirmed facts. None of these things are confirmed facts, but I'm hoping that somehow they cover this in the Grand Theft Auto 6. But those are just my thoughts on what could happen in Grand Theft Auto 6, honestly, and I'm hoping that it turns out pretty good if the game does when the game does come out. It's already confirmed, so it's definitely coming. We just don't know when exactly it'll come. But if it does come, when it comes, it's gonna be pretty cool to see, honestly. Hopefully. That's all I've got to say, honestly. Those are my thoughts about what could happen in Grand Theft Auto 6, my opinions and speculation on what could happen in the 6th game of the GTA franchise. But those are just my thoughts. It's Hanville Legend, 826, out.